Hey guys, well, we're back again. This time we're inside the garage. It's too dark out the back to be doing videos. And as you can see, we're going to be doing some pruning on my hibiscus before we bring it inside. And it just happens to be out in flower. It has been a fair bit this summer, actually. They look really nice. They start a really dark red down inside, and as it comes up, it comes to a lighter red color and eventually out to a yellow. So yeah, looks really good. Looks really cool. Well, anyways, I hate to cut them off, but we are going to. We got some more that are forming down here. More flowers. But we are going to cut them off today. I have been enjoying them over the summer, and though I probably should be cutting them off and letting more of that energy go into the tree itself, I don't mind enjoying them. Okay, well, let's start with this lower branch here. This used to be the front of the tree, but especially when a tree is as young as this, things can change rather quickly. So the original branch that was coming out, I had cut it away back. And we ended up getting some branches out the side here, so we're going to go with that for now, because the front can always change. So even though if I was to put the tree like this branch would be coming at us right now, I think we're gonna leave it as is for now instead of cutting it right off. And we're going to bring it way back to here. And just moving across here to this one over here. We're going to leave this branch. We're going to leave it grow. This is a new branch last year, actually, so it just came on by itself. So for me, it looks like it came out in a decent spot. I'd like to try and work with it. So we're going to cut this back, but not a way back. We're going to bring it back to here. So it's an outward facing leaf still. Maybe someday this could be the front of the tree. But right now, you know, we're still developing the roots and the trunk, and you know, so I'm not going to get overly picky on, you know, where the front of my tree is right now. This could be the front here. Well, we'll see what comes in. You know, after pruning it this time over this next year or two, we'll just see what happens. So moving up the top here, I got another new branch in this past year, is right here. We're going to prune it back to the first outward facing leaf, which is right there. And obviously, here's our apex up here, our top. We're going to bring it away back up here also. Not quite as far. The last time I pruned this away back was at the top here, and I really hard pruned it at the top. And the video that I did, when I did hard prune this tree, it didn't work out, so I never did really get it online. But anyway, so that was it was a hard prune on the lower branch and a hard prune on the top, so it grew like this one here, but a little bit larger, and it grew way up, taller than this one actually. So I pruned it away back. We ended up getting some new growth off the top here. So we're going to bring this back, but not quite as far as I did before. I think this one here, we're only going to bring it down. We're only going to cut it back to here. And we're going to go with this. I really don't want to grow it much taller than that. So we're going to leave this go. We have a new little branch growing inside of here, and we're just going to leave it there for now. We'll leave it there for now. See if I decide to keep this lower branch or maybe go with a little bit of a branch. Or a little bit of a smaller diameter branch that's up a little bit higher than this one. Now we'll have to see. We'll leave it go for now. One thing we can do, we can just cut a little bit of the older leaves off. Okay. Here's another lower branch here. We're going to leave it go also. We'll just let it grow as is. The only thing I am going to do is we're going to remove one of these little branches that are growing off the top. I think that's good. That's good for now. So we're just going to leave things as is. We're going to overwinter it like this. And we'll just let it grow more over the winter, and we'll see what comes about next spring and summer. Yeah, I got this probably, I think 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago now. I think it's been 4 years I've had this. And it started as a cutting, very, very small. I don't know, maybe it was about the same diameter as this branch in here. I guess it was about this diameter here as a cutting. And then, yeah, now it's this size here. I think it's about 3-4 years, something like I think it's 3 years that I've had this. So, okay, well, that's it for the hibiscus. Let's look at another tree. Okay, well, the next one that we're going to work on is my bougainvillea. It hasn't done that great in the last couple of years. The biggest mistake that I made about a year and a half ago, is I had 1 or 2 large extensions of one of the upper trunks, and I allowed it to grow about, I don't know, 4 or 5 feet even. And there was a couple of them, and I allowed them to grow, and then I cut them away back. I think it was about a year ago now. And a lot of the energy from the tree went into just 2 of those. And you know, that might have helped thicken up this little wee trunk a little better, but it didn't help the rest of the tree by any means. I mean, you know, I lost some lower branches that I did kind of want to keep. So I won't be doing that anymore. I won't be allowing this to grow any longer than probably, you know, a couple feet. If I've got some extended growth on it, I won't let it get any further than maybe a couple of feet, and that's about it. And we'll be cutting it back like right now. So that growth is about 12 inches long. So we're going to be cutting it back, and hopefully I can develop some more lower branches into the future here too, which will be nice. So we're just going to come in here, and we're going to take things back here. we're going to take things away back. Actually, if we turn this here, I'm going to show you here. We're going to take things back to some old growth. We're going to take it right back. We'll start with the tallest ones here. And they may make good cuttings. I usually start the cuttings from old growth, but we'll see how they start with some newer growth on them. And this next one, we're going to take it away back. Just about down to the old growth, but not quite. I'll leave some leaves on there, especially back to an outer facing one. Well, it looks like an old flower. Yeah, it looks like an old flower. So this was beside my hibiscus, so it's probably one of the old flowers. It kind of stuck to the leaf. Anyways. Okay, well, the other thing I'm going to do is that these branches, I've kind of basically checked them out, like by scratching them back, and these really are dead. So we're just going to get rid of these right now, which is too bad. They would have been probably some really decent lower branches. You can't even see what I'm doing here because there's a lot of growth up here. So we're going to be cutting back some of these newer leaves that grew in this year. They're kind of really big. I want to get some light down in here so I can grow some lower branches possibly. So we're just going to come in here and cut some of these larger leaves off. Not going to be cutting all the new growth off it, but just cleaning things up a little bit here so we can get some light in on the trunk. There we are. Especially the leaves that are kind of coming into the center of the tree here. We'll get rid of those. Now since growing those long extensions and cutting those back, I did end up getting some more growth towards the center of our tree, which is good, but we definitely need more. So I'd really like to correct this structure up here, but I'm not going to at this time because I want to get some strength back into this tree, lots of strength back, and then we're going to be fixing up more of the structure up here. Actually, I am going to do some right now, I think. Well, I think while we're here, we're just going to, we are going to make some corrections. So this side branch here, when it comes up and heads towards the back, you can see here that, we have the same diameter trunk heading off back here. So we're going to come back here and I'm going to cut this off so that we can come out to the right here with a new branch and, with some taper. So we are going to take this off. There we go. Oh, that went down and behind the bench. Anyways, it's going to be I think it'll be a good cutting. We'll just take this back here, and that was a dead piece out near the end of that branch. So we're going to continue growing here. I'm actually thinking, you know, we're gonna take it back further yet. You can see the branch comes out here, and then it continues, but as it continues, it gets to be a fairly large diameter. You know what? We're gonna take that right off. Actually, I think we'll use these. So this will be a better thing to do, so our branch will come up and we'll continue out with this smaller, newer growth here. There we go. There. So now we can kind of come out and continue with this newer growth. We'll continue growing a newer branch. Well, I wasn't going to really make any corrections until maybe in through the winter time when we get some more growth in, like strengthening the tree, or even into next spring, but oh well. So we start earlier. This part here, that part's dead. Little dead piece there. I think here we're going to take off either this upper part of the trunk or this one here. Well, for starters, this one's growing in towards the center. We're going to take that off. Coming around to the back, we're going to take that off. And I think what we'll do is we'll leave it as it is for now. When I get when we get some more younger branching down here coming out, I think we're gonna take some of this off up here. So yeah, we'll do a little at a time. We won't get too carried away right now with it. So that's good for now. Okay, well, there we go. It doesn't leave us much, but hopefully enough to carry on. We didn't do any root pruning, so I'm expecting this to kind of come back fairly quickly. Even under the lights, it should do fairly decent. Okay, so, well, we'll get that downstairs and up on the bench and hopefully do some more growing over this winter season. Well, once again, you guys take care, and we'll see you very soon. Bye for now.